Watching the film, kind of what you thought of the game.
Well, he did some better things passing the ball with, his drops and timing and the way, he carried the ball and throwing in the right spots. He did do some better things, but it's just a work in progress. He did make some mistakes also, but, he did put up better numbers and do a much better job in the passing game.
What did the video look like? What was that film study like, Sonny?
It was, I'm not quite sure of the question. What do you mean?
Was it a pleasant thing? Did you see good things? Was it worse on film? Was it better on film, do you think?
No, most of the time you get about, you see it, about what it is, but it's, it's never good when you lose. You're not looking for any moral victories at all, but there were steps forward at certain times in the game. Like I told them yesterday, when they scored to take the lead right after halftime and then we went right back down the field and scored, that was an impressive drive for a couple of reasons. One, because we did mix it up. We had some run and some pass. Reggie was able to make some plays for us, moving that ball down the field. We found a matchup with James Quick and punched it in. And then because when they scored, we didn't back off or we did not, pout or anything. They really kind of, decided that we needed to step up and try to go get back in the games. And that was impressive to me.
How would you evaluate the offensive line?
I thought they did a pretty good job for the most part. They gave us some things on third down that were pretty exotic, some line games, and they had some pretty good guys running it. And they got on the edge sometimes and gave us some pressure. But I thought they did a good job. Keota did a really good job for us being out there. He's physical. He really enjoys playing football. He brings a level of toughness to our offense that we need.
Bobby talked yesterday about the consistency on the line, and now that you kind of have five guys that, early on it was a lot of moving and in and out, but that you got guys you stick with, they're going to get better, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think not just as an offensive line, but as an offensive 11-man operation. So just the consistency throughout the game is important. Neither one guy making a mistake, then another guy makes a mistake, but just we consistently perform at a high level. That's what we're all looking for.
It's pretty evident that they didn't want Lamar hurting him with his legs. He had a big passing day. Is that, kind of what you strive for? If a team stops one, we'll attack with the other?
Well, no, I think that it's just kind of the way the game went. I don't know that they did anything, different than they've done in the past to take him away. I think what they saw was that, Lamar had been producing most of our rushing yards. So probably their plan to win was to slow that down. But what you have to be on offense is balance. You got to run the ball, run it, then play action, and use your drop back passing game to convert third downs. And if you can keep that balance, it really keeps the defensive coordinator and the defensive front off balance. So that's what we're all looking for.
How does Boston College stop the run?
They stop it by having exotic run game stunts. They got two big physical defensive tackles in there that are tall, big, thick kids. They have defensive ends that are very aggressive. They have a middle linebacker that we played against last year that's a very physical player. It's hard to lead block the kid. He will stop when you try to isolate him, he will, stop your fullback in the hole. And so that's the main part. They have really good personnel in the interior of their defense, and then their schemes, their run-stopping schemes are very impressive.
Did they require you to pull in a fullback because they stunt so well, because they stop the run so well?
Well, you just got to do what you got to do in that situation. It's just you got to kind of play the situations of the game, how they go. You got to see where you are, see where the open spots in the defense are based on the formations that you're in. Find the open run spots and run the ball, into those spots regardless of what personnel grouping you're in.
How does James build on that performance that he had Saturday?
James Quick, you're talking about? He's at the point where we're not trying to motivate him anymore. He's old enough now that, he's going to motivate himself. He understands his role on our team is to be, number one, our leader, and number two, a guy that is going to produce explosive plays for us. And I think he's accepted that role.
Bobby yesterday talked about Reggie and just maybe start using him even more and even more. What kind of a versatile weapon do you see him becoming?
Well, I think he's a just tremendous kid, tremendous athlete, tremendous competitor. Him and Lamar are really good friends. They really enjoy being out there together. And then I think that Reggie just really wants to do whatever he can do to help us win. Just whatever it takes to win the game. He's for, and that's just an amazing kid.
Being so young, I mean, he's still a young kid. I mean, what kind of presence does that give to the team when they see this guy jumping in at any position and doing a good job?
Well, Reggie's one of those guys on our team that they all, Reggie's kind of in the middle of everything going on in the locker room, and so they all. I think it has something to do with him coming in last year, with the way the season went for us last year, with him having to become our starting quarterback and doing well, helping us win. Then he obviously had a huge tragedy throughout the season, so our team rallied around him. So everybody loves Reggie. Everybody knows that, Reggie's the type of guy that, just really wants to do whatever he can to help us win.
It is pretty amazing the year he's been, since the Boston College game really last year, right before that, the year he's been through with his dad and with the up and downs and with everything to where he's at right now.
Well, great family support. I think it helps that he's from here because, most of his family is here in town. I see him at the hotel night before the game, just, talking, making sure he's, doing well. His mom spends a lot of time here. Just a tremendous lady, always focused on Reggie doing well in school first, making sure that he has not forgotten the reason he's here. And I think that's what keeps him grounded, keeps him humble. And then he's just a really good football player, just has a commitment to our program, wants to see this program do well.
What was your relationship like, or how do you remember his dad from that great process?
He was a really good guy. I spent a lot of time with him. Notice when you bring his name up, I just start smiling because of how he was. Just always telling jokes. He always said, make sure you take care of my son, and he's gonna do a good job. He always had confidence that Reggie would end up doing well.
With a lot of kids, they are stubborn when you want to make a move like that, right? As a quarterback, I mean, you've seen it over years that we want to maybe put you in a different role, and not all kids would be accepting to that.
Yeah, I think that's true. Kids that I don't want to use the word selfish because I don't think that it's always that a kid is selfish that he doesn't want to move. But Reggie is a little bit different. That this program means more to him than the position that he's playing. That he wants to see the program do well. He wants to see us win. And he feels like that he can get out there and help us win any way that he possibly can, then he's all for it. And he also likes walking around telling people that he's the best athlete on the team. He plays every position. He plays quarterback, running back. That's probably a part of it also.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.